Imagine taking exactly 10 lakh rupees in cash, placing it inside a pristine steel vault, and slamming the door shut. For an entire decade, that vault remains untouched. When opened a decade later, every rupee is physically there. The notes haven't changed. But at the market, your purchasing power has plummeted to 5.58 lakh rupees. You hold the exact same notes, but they buy less than half the goods. The vault was never breached. You still hold the exact same currency. So where did nearly half of your wealth go? Your money was eroded by inflation. It is a silent thief that reduces what your currency can buy, shrinking your value from the outside, while the numbers in your account remain completely stagnant. Abstract consumer price index percentages mean very little at the grocery store or the fuel pump. People feel the impact through a simple reality. The exact same essentials cost significantly more today than they did in 2019. For generations, the standard financial playbook for the middle class has been simple. Work hard, earn a salary, and hoard your cash in a traditional savings account. But that playbook ignores a fundamental tension. While middle-class wages often grow slowly, the absolute non-negotiable costs of living, housing, food, healthcare, and education continue to climb. This chart shows how 8% inflation impacts incomes. At total necessities, a middle-class family spends 75% of income to survive. Under financial strain, the wealthy retain a massive investment cushion, while the middle class sees their savings margin completely wiped out by the same price hike. Because of this relentless squeeze, playing it safe by leaving your excess money in cash is now a mathematically guaranteed path to losing financial stability. To understand why this happens, we have to look at the money supply. Central banks have been expanding the sheer amount of currency in circulation, much faster than the actual production of goods and services. When you have an increasing amount of currency chasing the exact same amount of available goods, the value of every individual note drops. This creates a dangerous illusion. A bank might offer a nominal interest rate of 3.5% on your savings, which looks like growth. But if inflation is 5.5%, your purchasing power is shrinking. Your real rate of return is -2. They intentionally hold significant amounts of fixed-rate debt, knowing that a devalued currency works in their favor. If you borrow money today at a fixed rate and inflation runs hot for a decade, you are repaying old debt with tomorrow's cheaper currency. The real value of what you owe has been decimated. Simultaneously, the tangible assets these groups buy with that debt, like equities and real estate, rise in price to match the pace of inflation. Inflation is a rigged game. It siphons value away from cash savers and hands it directly to the asset-holding class. You cannot stop global inflation or control monetary policy, but you can stop fighting the system and start playing by its rules. To protect your future, you have to transition your wealth out of decaying cash. You must convert it into a shield of assets that naturally float above the rising tide of consumer prices. You don't need a massive hedge fund to do this. By using automated tools and consistent investment habits, a middle-class income can steadily acquire stakes in equity markets and property, capturing the same upside that the wealthy do. Keep 3 realities in mind. Holding idle cash creates a guaranteed loss. Inflation acts as a direct transfer from savers to borrowers. And building a portfolio of assets is the only way to shield your future. Take a hard look at where your money is sitting today. Review your financial plan. Move your wealth out of the crosshairs and officially lock this silent thief out of your future.